Wow. Wow. Marco Silva. Wow. Draw against Spurs. Draw against Liverpool. Draw against Arsenal. Beat Chelsea at the Bridge. Something Tottenham have done just twice in 28 years. Fulham have turned up in the West London derby and beat Chelsea at the Bridge. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. What a manager Marco Silva is. He has got Fulham sitting 1 point off of 5th. And their last 5 games have been flipping tough, mate. Chelsea, Liverpool, Arsenal, Brighton, Spurs, and Southampton. I'm going to be real. Chelsea have just bottled that. You're 1-0 up with 8 or 9 minutes to go before you hit the 90. Harry Wilson and Muiniz. Look, I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to be the first person to come out and say, I did not see this coming. I didn't watch all of the football game. I watched parts of it. So if I do miss anything out, let me know. Obviously, Tottenham were on at the same time, and we've just painfully lost to Nottingham Forest away from home, in which was a complete and utter spineless, toothless performance. But we're here today to talk about Chelsea. Now, that was mad. Absolutely mad. Fulham turn up to the Bridge with more possession, more shots, right? More, More XG. Chelsea missed 3 big chances. Leno, by the way, an absolutely insane performance. Make sure you go down. Make sure you drop a like. Make sure you have subscribed to the channel. Just under 200 subs off of 34k. What I will say is, if you're an Arsenal fan or a Liverpool fan, you must be licking your lips. Before we get into the instant match reaction and talk about the goals and whatnot, Chelsea drew and lost their last 2 against Everton and Fulham. Now, Liverpool have got 2 games in hand over Chelsea now, as you can see. And I'll be honest, I think they're going to comfortably steamroll Leicester tonight. Nottingham Forest sitting in 3rd. So if Liverpool beat Leicester, they will be on 42 points. If they win their other game in hand against Everton, they will be 10 points clear of Chelsea. Arsenal, if they beat Ipswich tomorrow, will go into 2nd place, which I think we can all say we think they're going to. In terms of the Chelsea lineup, and in terms of the Fulham lineups, Chelsea went pretty much as strong as they possibly could with the available players. Of course, no Fofana, no Lavia. Really good front 3, Neto, Palmer, Sancho, and of course Jackson, Enzo Fernandez, Caicedo. A back 4 of Colwill, Cucurella, Tosin, Gusto, and Sanchez. And this game has kind of told me one thing: it's Chelsea need a centre-back and a new goalkeeper. And I'm not, going to start absolutely coming out and crapping on Sanchez, because he has had a lot of good performances this season. But Fulham are a tough nut to crack. And Chelsea, funny enough, cracked the nut in the first 15 minutes. You know, manager's team talk still screaming in your ear about the instructions he wants you to do. Brilliance from Cole Palmer. You know, Colwill got the assist. Palmer receives the ball from a Colwill pass, kind of back to goal, and then just, turns, silky bit of skill pass Pereira, and then kind of gives Leno the eyes and puts it in the back of the net. And when they got that goal, I thought, right, that's it. I don't see when Chelsea are playing at the Bridge, I never for one moment in my life thought that that Chelsea would not come out victorious in this game, especially being 1-0 up at the Bridge. Sanchez made a number of good saves. Leno, for me, was probably Fulham's best player. Some top saves from him. And there wasn't a huge amount in the first half in terms of opportunities. The second half, though, Marco Silva has got this way of, I don't know how many late goals that Fulham have had, especially Harry Wilson, but he's kind of built something in this Fulham team of resilience and play to the end, play to the whistle. And he scored a lot of late goals this season. you know, obviously 2 late goals today, a late goal against Liverpool last 15 minutes, a late goal, I believe he come off the bench against Southampton and got 2 goals, Harry Wilson. And he's kind of, like I said, installed this mentality to just keep battling against us, last 20 odd minutes when we drew 1-1, we had a number of opportunities. And fair play to, because Fulham in the second half, really, really, really good. Really, really good. Of course, 2 players off the bench as well, Muiniz and Harry Wilson off the bench to get Fulham back into the game. And that's a manager, by the way, that's not afraid to change things up. And Iriola at Bournemouth's the same. That they're both not afraid to make the changes. 82nd minute, Fulham find the equaliser. Robinson loses possession to Neto on the left flank. Iwobi, though, really quick to follow up, win the ball back. He's been unbelievable this season for Fulham, by the way. Unbelievable. And he just, he carries on running at goal, flashes across to the back post. Castagna unselfishly squares it back across to Wilson, who taps it in. And at this point, I'm sitting there thinking, wow. Chelsea, I thought to myself, Chelsea may be in bother here. When they got that goal, I thought, Chelsea may be in bother here. I thought to myself, looking at the way that Fulham play, going to the end, they made a number of changes. They brought on Muiniz off the bench, who steals it at the end. And for me, I'm going to call them a bottle jobs. You want to be in a title race. Well, I know their fans will say they're not. I still think they are. You want to be up there with Liverpool and Arsenal competing for this league title. And you can't concede 2 goals in the last 10 minutes of a game. That is the definition of a bottle job. And Muiniz steals it in the 95th minute. And everyone that's saying, Fulham, I see some Chelsea fans today saying Fulham were lucky. No way in hell were they lucky. You can't call a side that had more possession in your backyard, more shots. Chelsea had a number of big chances missed, by the way. Jadon Sancho misses an absolute howler. He'll be kicking himself. 58 more passes. 558 passes away at the bridge. 86% pass accuracy. That is what you call a masterclass from Marco Silva. And when you look at that Premier League table, if Arsenal win tomorrow, they go above Chelsea by, I think, they go above Chelsea by 2 points. But the real winners of today will be Liverpool if they beat Leicester, which I all personally think they will. Chelsea have conceded too many goals for my liking. You are in a title race, but you conceded 3 goals away to Spurs. You've just conceded 2 at home to Fulham. 2 games without a win now. Couldn't break down Everton's low block. Fulham had a completely different game plan. They've turned up to the bridge. But I'm going to say, I think they've bottled it. This channel is all about being fair and saying what I think. And I think it's fair to say they bottled that. Absolutely toothless from Chelsea. To concede right at the end, after conceding the 82nd minute against a side that, no disrespect to Fulham, is far inferior. You're at home. You got all your big players on. Jackson, for me, not good enough today. Hooked off early for Nkunku. And you look at that Chelsea bench, they had more than enough quality to go out there, and find a way back into this game. Nkunku on the bench, João Felix on the bench, Gui, I have a pronounce his name, Gu, who's banged him in the Conference League. But the quality in Felix and Nkunku should be more than enough to create some goal-scoring opportunities. And the 2 players off the bench for Fulham stole the game in Harry Wilson and Rodrigo Muiniz. And that is an absolute gut punch if you're a Chelsea fan. I am absolutely enjoying it like you'd never believe, because I can't stand that football club. But I'm happy to give them praise, and I think praise is due. And I'm happy to critique when I think criticism is due. But you cannot lose at home to Fulham if you want to win this league title. 5 draws already as well for Chelsea. I'm not saying they're out of the title race. I still think they are a very, 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 very good side. And they've got more than enough good fixtures coming up to get themselves back into a bit of a winning run. They've got Ipswich on Monday night, Crystal Palace They've got 2 away games now, which will put them under a little bit of pressure. And the next 2 home games in the Premier League are up against Bournemouth and Wolves. Then after that, they've got Manchester City, West Ham, and Brighton. But I first looked at these 8 games after their win against Brentford at home. I looked at those games and thought, right, they're gonna beat Everton, they're gonna beat Fulham. They have had a bit of a wobble. 2 games without a win now, but it's nowhere near panic stations. And I think Chelsea will still have a very good season. I still think they're going to win silverware, probably a couple. Let me know your thoughts down below. Make sure you drop a like if you haven't already. Make sure you go and check out the Spurs Forest match reaction. I am still livid. I don't know how I am. I don't know how I am somewhat composed doing this match reaction to the Chelsea game, because that game has just boiled my blood like you'd never believe. But look, I'll see you soon. Thank you for watching. I'm out.